last item on the agenda would be the minutes from the previous meeting.
I move that we approve the minutes from our previous meeting.
Second. Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from February 16th.
Project wins approximately $60 million in capital investment all in 2025. But obviously today I'm here presenting kind of the Butler portion of what we do. And I will say, so as far as the communication, I know that there was some concern in the past regarding reporting. Since stepping into this role, I know me and Mayor Hartman have had consistent monthly meetings. Our last monthly meeting was, I thought was pretty good. But no, I just want to ensure that there's that communication and trust between myself and you guys, and transparency. So if the board would prefer, more formal quarterly reporting summary, I'm more willing to provide that. So that's kind of my pitch. But any questions, comments, concerns? I wanted to come in person and introduce myself and make sure you guys know the name of the face. So.
I think I'm good with this. We just want to make sure, understanding the change of staff, that we do continue forward with the meetings that we had agreed to last year.
Now, catch me up to speed. So are those quarterly meetings? Okay.
We had quarterly reporting on, in those meetings, it included how many potential projects, how many leads. There was an ability to look at who those leads were and how many of those have been contacted.
Sure.
And then within those, what is the percentage of, possibility of winning?
Absolutely.
Those. I mean, transparency, I know you spoke on that, that is very key, but I can tell you with the amount of money that, a city of the size that is investing, that's a lot more.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, there is concern moving into the 2026 of this amount of money, but I feel that we will move forward into this, but we need to make sure that you understand that these terms, and I understand that you are new to this and you kind of walked into this from Anton's position, but we are very serious when we mean transparency on the reporting and ensure marketing and getting a fair fight on this to ensure Butler is being promoted and marketing or marketed out there for potential leads, because we do want to grow our city. We don't want to be second fiddle to all the other cities do.
Yeah.
So could you provide how much of that $60 million in capital investment in 2025? How much of that was within this area, or was any of that geared towards Butler?
So I thought that was coming. I did not prepare that with me. I did glance. So as far as potential projects, so I'm more keen on what's recent. So I can't speak on behalf of kind of the way I'm reporting leads and projects. It has changed a little bit. So I know even in our board packets and kind of our handouts, we'll get between 5, 10, 20 leads a month. Now those could vary from, looking at something that we may not have in the county or, may not work out. But I know, like I kind of mentioned earlier, Height and Steel, that their second building, that was one that I was throwing a lot at. And obviously, SDI moves in there. So that one's kind of wrapped up right now. But I believe, like I said, I tried to look before I left. There's about 4 to 5 Butler sites, including the current service steel framing, their site there. So right now in our inventory, so yeah, I mean, in our quarterly reports, I can definitely highlight the projects that come in, so like the leads that come in, and then when I submit a Butler site that fits, because what I'm trying to track too, full transparency, is what they're looking for as far as square footage. Is there a ceiling height? Because that helps us too. That way, I can start identifying, like, hey, do we maybe want to, seek putting a spec building that would fit these parameters? So I'm trying, like I said, to kind of comb through what that reporting looks like. But ever since January, so it's kind of a different look. But yeah, I can definitely bring all of that, and again, all the Butler sites as well. Kind of developing, Jake Street, the future housing development, all the plans. I mean, I'm kind of involved in some of those conversations, but and the bond site. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm all in. So.
Okay.
Does that answer, I don't know, the question?
It does, I appreciate your energy, it's just, you know, if we're gonna be, you know, this time of year, and
Yeah.
what we can get into the book for 2026 as you guys gain momentum.
No doubt.
So I just want to ensure that, you know, the city's spending quite your investment, that it's actually gonna be invested into where we're gonna see a return.
No doubt. Yep.
So,
I would say two on the quarterly meetings, that Colin update here, our board of works. Something in between there, him and I meet monthly, or most times on site here, occasionally I'll go to Auburn, so if anything comes up between those quarterly meetings, I can carry that message as well, so.
I don't have any other questions for you.
I'm good.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
Got a motion then?
Yep, I move we approve approve the contract with the DeKalb County Economic Development Partnership not to exceed $20,000 for the 2026 year.
Second.
A motion, a second, to approve the DeKalb County Economic Development Partnership for 2026 as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Thank you, Colin. You can stick around if you want to, or maybe a 30-second show you can move around a little bit.
No, thank you guys, I appreciate it. You'll be seeing me more often, so
All right.
appreciate it.
All right, moving on, we'll get to payments and vouchers. We have three of them tonight. First one will be payroll claim register for the pay period of February 9th to February 22nd, in the amount of $43,247.89. Second one will be February elected in the amount of $4,532.96. And the final one will be vouchers for the period of February 14th to February 27th, in the amount of $119,293.74.
I move we approve payments and vouchers, including payroll claim register for pay period 2/9 to 2/22 in the amount of $43,247.89. February elected in the amount of $4,532.96, and vouchers for the period 2/14 to 2/27 in the amount of $119,293.74.
A second.
A motion and a second to approve the payments and vouchers as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Next will be an adjustment reports. We have three of those as well. First one is 2026-007, 116 East Willow, broken pipes, credit the account $219.30. Second one is 2026-008, 501 East Main Street, broken pipe, credit account $157.97. And the final one is 2026-009, 203 Walnut, broken pipe, credit account $263.09.
I move that we approve the following adjustments as follows of the 2026-007, at 116 Slow, human broken pipe, crediting the account into with the amount of $219.30. 2026-008, 501 East Main, broken pipe, crediting the account of $157.97. And then the final one of 2026-009, 203 Walnut, broken pipe as well, crediting the account of $263.09.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the adjustment request as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Being in department reports, we will start off with Andrew.
Got nothing for the Board of Works.
All right, thank you. Matt? Nothing for the board of works, sir. All right, thank you. Ron?
The only thing I got is, on March 13th, we are gonna be, sending a group up to do final inspection on the new brush truck. And if everything goes well and everything is put into place as they promise it will be, we'll be bringing it home. And then
Do you need a
driver? Pardon?
Do you need a driver?
No. There's already been a line about 2 hours long on that one. So as it stands, everything looks good so far as on paper and as far as the other stuff. The information's gone out to the RDC, so they should be getting that paperwork all taken care of. So it's just a matter of them getting an invoice, which will be directly sent from Spencer to them. So, told them I do want copies of both of those and that, so.
So if all goes well, it'll come home that
Yeah,
same
it'll
day.
come home that day, and so everything goes well. Yeah. So, other than that, that's all I got.
All right, thank you. Stuart?
Nothing for the Board of Works.
Thank you. Chris?
Nothing for the Board of Works.
All right, thanks. Braxton?
Nothing for the Board of Works.
Thank you. Andy's not here. He did say he was sick today or sick during the process, so he did not come back. I know you have on your docket there that leak detecting equipment. I think, that was sent out earlier. You guys had a chance to look at it. Any questions on it? I know with the past history we've been having here, water main break, we feel that this is gonna be a very valuable piece of equipment. Somebody that don't know us, they basically the leak detector, so you can connect it and tell you where that leak is, try to pinpoint that a little bit more instead of doing some blind digging. And I think Gavin could probably speak a little bit, they're probably pretty good on the service one that you guys had down at 100 North Ivy and 117, because the one ended up being underneath the driveway, and I don't think Andy probably would have found that without blind digging. So, now, have you seen that piece of equipment work before? Okay.
I don't know if it's the same or not, but EJP offers some that goes down on the valves and it pulls it up on the computer. I don't know about this one.
Yeah, this is
It's a correlator.
EJP, yeah.
It's a correlator system where you hook up to one valve and hook up to the other, and it's able to pinpoint where it's at, how many feet out it is, where it hears the water. And sometimes it's only as good as what the information that's put into it, obviously, but it does pinpoint very well. We've been on the dig the last few times and it's worked out great, so.
I seen a demo on it probably 3 months ago down there on, I believe, Eastern, trying to connect that one over there by Mason Park, and it was able to pinpoint that a lot better than what we have currently. And I think with the history we've been having here the last couple of months, a little piece of equipment here, probably go a long ways to help identify those.
I think it would pay for itself real fast.
I think so too. So I move that we approve the, team EJP leak detecting equipment for the water department, not to exceed the amount of $27,000.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the leak detecting equipment from EJP as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Next on his docket is the lead line inventory, for 120 water in the amount of $13,874. Andy did not get any, quotes from anybody else, because he felt that this company here was basically through the state hired to manage their lead line inventory project. And he felt that we could probably go out to a consultant, which is probably gonna be in it, possibly paying more, and we felt who better to work with than who the state has identified who they want to work with. And I think, we're required to get this lead service lines taken care of by the end of 2027. It's something that's been on our radar, but, you know, we've had some changeover and stuff through there, and last couple of years on that side of it, so it's kind of got put back a little bit. Now it's getting to the point where we can get going on.
You know if this would ever go above that contractor value?
No, I said it on the webinar with them on that.
Okay.
and that's guaranteed to be at that. Yeah, they did give a little bit of discount, yeah, right there, 15% off for the first year. The other part was basic across the board, no discount on that. And it could, they actually said probably could go down a bit, they go back in and input some of the information we've already collected on the lead line when we sent out the letters. Colleen, you sent those out a year and a half ago. So those could be input in there, could bring some of that down, they can go back on to, Beacon, they said, look, see when some houses were built, I think you've done that as well. Eliminate anything prior to like 1980 or something like that. Yeah. So our thing is, this is probably the worst case scenario. Yeah.
I move we approve the contract from 120 Water for the lead line assistance as required by the state of Indiana, not to exceed $13,874.
I second.
Motion second to approve the 120 water contract as presented, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion is passed. Gavin, I didn't forget you this time.
Nothing more work.
Nothing? Okay. All right, thank you. Don, do you have anything for the board of works?
I do not.
Andy?
Yes, I have one item. A month ago, I brought you a contract from Baker Tilly for arbitrage services on our existing bonds. I have since then had a Zoom meeting with them, and they explained the process they'll be going through, and they were able to give me an average for similar types of bonds. So I am back to request additional funding for these projects. Part of the issue is we haven't spent all of the bond proceeds yet on 2 of these bonds. So they may have to look at them again next year to do a comparison to make sure that we did not profit from these bonds. And if we did profit, then we'll have to pay money to the IRS. So if you flip it over to the back of your sheet, she gave me estimates for similar bonds. And she also told me they haven't billed all of their time that they spent on the 2022 bond yet, to the tune of $2,500. So I am requesting an additional $22,000 to cover these 3 bonds plus the $2,500 that has not been billed yet.
Additional 12,000.
12 additional.
Oh, yes, sorry, additional, I'm looking at the wrong one.
So if they don't have 2,500, they still have it on contract, are they completed? And we save that, or?
I don't know, I need to find that out.
Seems like that's 4 years ago or.
Well, no, they do the study 3 years after the date of issue.
Okay.
To see how much money we have made on interest and to see if we have purchased bonds or stocks with that money to make even more money, which we don't ever do that because you're not supposed to do that. But they have to prove to the IRS and to the bondholders that we are following the law, and this can affect our future bond issues if they would find issues, if that makes sense.
And it wouldn't be tax exempt anymore.
No. And we do not want to lose our tax exempt status.
So this here is what we have paid in the past?
No, that is the average that they charge for similar types of bonds. So the 23 bonds are SRF bonds. The 21 bond is not an SRF bond. That is the price difference between them.
So this addition is gonna be for water and wastewater.
Yes.
So if I add up that water bond for 23 and the wastewater for 23, it's 4,500. What are we on, 22,000, but the price is going that much, or is there more work? That's used.
They're gonna do work on the 21 bond also.
So we can actually tie all that together.
Yes, it would all be tied together.
So that'd be 19.5 there.
And she also told me historically, Indiana has not kept up with the arbitrage reporting as required as the rest of the nation has. So we are getting caught up on that.
So the 19,500 from those three averages and additional 2,500 for the 2022 arbitrage bond, but they have not finished.
They have not finished billing us yet.
So the $10,000 goes towards what we approved on the second
Yes,
of the full 22,000, so you just need additional 12.
yes, that is correct.
And they do this in a 3-year cycle.
Yes.
So how do they miss 21? And that's.
I don't know because they helped us with that bond issue as well. I don't know how they missed doing that
Are we
last year.
subject to any fines? or-
No,
Okay.
because they do them every 3 years. The IRS states you have to do it every 5 years. They do it early because it gives their customers a good look at whether or not they're gonna owe money.
So we're still in that window of 5 years.
Yeah, we're still in that window of 5 years.
Or in case they miss it.
Yes, or in case they miss it.
Good. That I move to approve, the additional $12,000 and not to exceed the $12,000 being requested for the bond arbitrage services for Baker Tilly.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the contract with Baker Tilly as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bob, you have anything for the Board of Works?
I do not.
Justin?
I do not.
I have 4 special event requests. Excuse me. First one, disc golf league on March 12th, which would go for 10 weeks. Second event would be Girl Scout cookie booth on March 14th. They want to set up in front of the farmer's market sign. Third one is disc golf league on May 21st for 10 weeks, and the fourth one would be disc golf league on August 6th for 10 weeks.
That disc golf course is getting a lot of use, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Darren, boys, Jacob and Josh, they really put a lot of time into that, to get some tournaments set up and go into other cities and play tournaments and then bring them people back, so.
Comes in handy Halloween too.
Yes, it does.
I move we approve, the 4 special event requests, disc golf league on March 12th for 10 weeks. The Girls Scout cookie booth on March 14th at the farmer's market. The disc golf league on May 21st for 10 weeks and a disc golf league on August 6th for 10 weeks.
Second.
The motion second to approve the 4 special event requests as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Does anybody in the audience have anything for the Board of Works before we adjourn? All right, motion to adjourn.
Move we adjourn.
6:57, we will start right at 7.